Hi guys, okay, really quick video just to show you how to make a really easy scrim that is so handy. It looks like that. Now why would you need a scrim? To shape your light. Check out that light, that's my key light. It's quite harsh, isn't it? Oh, that's nicer, that's nice and soft and flattering. Well, maybe not flattering, but it's nice and soft. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's go through the materials you're going to need quickly. So some timber. So my long lengths, these are about 900mm or 90 centimeters, just plain pine, planed timber. Planed pine timber. I think this is about like 20mm by 18mm or something, but you can use any size timber for your frame. And then obviously the widths, these are 500mm or 50mm, and we're going to need something to fix them together. So these are just little L brackets, steel L brackets. They got one hole in each side. You can use 1 to 2 holes if you want more rigidity, but I think these are fine. And some fixing, some screws to screw them in, obviously. Gaffer tape, definitely going to need gaffer tape. All photographers should have gaffer tape. Official name, Bradall, Bradowel. It's the very sharp pointy thing that you use to just poke a pilot hole into your timber, so when you put in your screws and you're screwing your screws in, you don't split the wood. Staple gun, and then obviously a screw drill driver. And last but not least, you're going to need your trace. So this is the Lee Filters white diffusion. This is a half stop which we're going to use today. Now I bought this in, I think it comes in lengths of about 120 centimeters by about 55 centimeters for, I think it was about 3 or 4 pounds. I can't remember exactly, but this stuff's fantastic. Now it is heat proof, so you can use it with your tungsten lights, your hot tungsten lights. If you can't get this, you could probably use, and I have in the past used, like dressmakers or what they call pattern makers tracing paper. It's not as good because the consistency is not continuous like that. It has mottles and patterns, but you can use that. I love this stuff, the white diffusion. Now there's different types that Lee Filters make. There's Opal Frost, there's all sorts of things. The Opal Frost is quite a popular one. And obviously they all come in a range of different colors, so really good. Anyway, stop talking, let's get to it. So you can see I've pre-made all my holes with my Bradall. So just one screw. I find it's easier to do the widths, the shortest side ones first, and you'll see why in a minute. Take your widths. I like to do it like this, but you don't have to. So that my widths are inside the frame, which makes my frame a bit wider. There you have it, the frame for your scrim. Nice and easy. So I'm going to roll it out across my frame and get it nice and taut. And as you can see, I've got a load more trace than I need. So, watch your fingers. Pull, access it. Tight there on that side. How's that side going to be? Yeah, good. Cool. Now, you don't want your edges to flap, so I do like to put a couple more in. is a knife, because you need to trim that excess off. You can see it cuts really. Do you like that sound? Lovely sound. £15 max, and honestly it is the best way to shape any light, and you can literally use any light through there. And there you have it, 1 times beautiful scrim for shaping your light. Okay, so I thought it's great to show you building, and I'll always use these scrims in my photography, but I thought let me just show you quickly the difference that scrim makes. So up over here, ooh, I look straight into it, is a little Arri 150 Fresnel, which is a fantastic little light. It's not very bright, but it's really good for small lighting, small things. And sometimes I use it as a hair light. But so let's just look at this. So this is a Canon AE1. So I want to light this nicely, and you can see now that it's flooded onto the Arri 150. It's flooded onto the camera. I'm going to zoom in so you don't want to see my face anymore. And you can see you've got some really harsh shadows, you've got some really strong highlights kicking off the metallic bits. So let's bring our scrim into play. And you'll be able to see the difference straight away. Look at that. Lovely soft light. Now that's fully flooded the Arri. And then what we haven't even begun to look at is, you know, what you can do when you start to turn the light, but keep your, oh, that's in the way, but keep your scrim in one place. You know, you can rotate the light around, which I think is fantastic. So I think in that last video it might have been difficult to see what the scrim actually did, but if you have a look at the shadows, you'll see the shadows and how they change, and have a look at the overall quality of the light. I think another way to demonstrate the versatility and the beauty of using a scrim is when you start to look at gradients. So I have a reflective black acrylic surface here with an object in it, a glass ball with a spring around it. Now at the moment I've got the 150 Arri just pointing straight at it, and as you can see you've got these kind of specular lights coming through the ball onto here, really bright and harsh, blown out, same as the spotlight reflection on the acrylic there, and it's obviously not the look we're going for. But when we pull our scrim into place, I mean, immediately you can see the difference that makes. Just look at those gorgeous gradients, and I think that's the beauty of the scrim. Now I'm just lifting the angle of the scrim backwards and forwards, up and down, and you can see the difference that makes in my image. Now what if I rotated it and tilted it the other way? Yeah, this is how you get the gradients coming from different areas and different intensities. And obviously the closer it is, the less gradient you're going to have. The more of an angle I have, the softer. And then of course I can start to rotate my light to get different effects. You know, maybe that's the effect I want to go for, where I've just got the object on the edge of that gradient, on the edge of that light. Maybe you want to flood the whole thing or come in at a different angle like that. You get loads of different effects happening on my object, and it's, you know, down to experimentation and playing around with your scrim and your light as to what kind of effect are you after for your product. So there you have it. I'm going to try this LED spotlight. Scrim working with my cheap LED light, which cost me £10. Look at that, it's gorgeous. It is a lot cooler, and you really have to figure on how you focus it. But, you know, perfectly usable. Maybe that's the look you're going for. You can get some really good gradients out of that. There you go. So that's using a really cheap £10 LED. Thanks for watching. If you get to build a scrim, I hope you get as much use out of yours as I do out of mine. I think they're amazing assets to any photographer's toolbox, and the beauty comes when you start to rotate your light and scrim separately. So go and experiment, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, cheers.